Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on the channel, unfortunately with a lot of bad news today. Some of them are good, but most of them are bad. I want to try to keep this video as unemotional as I possibly can, as this has been a little roller coaster recently. First off, I want to mention I have my new Peterbilt 579 next to me. It isn't brand new, it's a 2022. We're going to get into that in just a little bit. I just want to go over the reason why I haven't posted in a while. And it is because I'm going to do a quick overview here of what's been going on recently. I am a Swedish citizen, born and raised in Sweden. I am currently in Florida. I did everything I possibly could to get my CDL the proper way. Well, technically my work visa, first of all, which is an E2 visa that I currently have. And I've done everything accordingly. I got my visa, I got my regular Florida driver's license, and then I took my CDL test, written and road test and everything that's needed to get a CDL. And I obviously, well, standing here, passed everything, which isn't really all that obvious when I do get into it now, because as I passed my tests, the DMV does not want to issue my CDL because I am what's called a non-domicile, meaning I'm not an American. As I am Swedish, they won't give me my license because recently, I'm just going to give you a quick recap, and you are very welcome to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments by saying this, but just a quick recap what's been going on recently. There was a few people driving semi-trucks who got into a bunch of accidents who didn't have a work permit and had what's called non-domicile CDLs, meaning they were foreigners. So now the DOT and Sean Duffy shut down all the issuing of any non-domicile CDL. So including me, myself, and I. So I got back here in Florida on the 2nd of October, and I think I passed my CDL tests. I got everything done on the 15th or 12th or something like that. And it is now the 24th of January, I believe. So haven't been able to drive for 3 months, like 3-4 months. And that is why I haven't been able to make any content, because they're just saying that we will issue your CDL if you're on an E2. And then I show them my documents and they say, yeah, you're eligible. We just don't know when they will lift the pause. So I am in a gray zone here where I can't get my CDL, but I am eligible and I have all the documents required. And they say, yeah, but we don't issue any non-domicile CDL. So it's a little bit messed up. And then, I mean, obviously I understand they can't do every single CDL individually, to where I have 10 years of experience. I have very good records back in Sweden. Obviously, you've seen my videos. I kind of know what I'm doing, but still not enough. They won't let anybody who's not an American get their CDLs right now, and it kind of sucks. So I am a little bit stuck, but I do have my new truck here, which is going to get picked up in a couple of days by a new driver who is going to drive this, and we're going to go over this truck and see what's new. And we also have Joe's beautiful Peterbilt 379 next to me here, which we can take a little glance at too. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I want to show you guys what we have here. So I decided to get myself an automatic truck, a newer model for decent fuel consumption. Well, at least theoretically. And we actually hooked it up to a reefer trailer, which is Joe's, that he recently restored, so to speak. They replaced the whole rear axle. This used to be a spread. It isn't anymore. It's a tandem, stainless reefer. And we're going to start it and go over it in just a little bit. And before we get too far into today's video, tongue twister, I'm really tired. It's getting late. I haven't really slept all that well recently. I just want to give you the best tip, and this is honestly the best way you can support me and this channel right now, especially since I haven't had an income since October. But if you want to get the best tasting energy drink in the world, according to me, you can scan the QR code on the screen with your phone or whatever you're using, and you could go to buffenergy.eu and you can punch in TWT20 for 20% off. You got everything down in the description. That is the best way you can support me and this channel and yourself and your own health, because this is very healthy for you. I just want to go over what's been going on with the CDL, and I want to know in the comments what you think of this situation, if you're aware, if you know, if you didn't know, like because they have ICE agents out on the roads pulling people over left and right. And in the beginning,
In the beginning.
in the beginning, it was more just pulling people over and then handing them, I think it was either a newspaper or like a child's book to see that they could write or read or speak, English, which is this one. This side is stuck. Hold on. Which, according to me, is obviously mandatory. If you want to drive here, you got to learn or you got to know the language. I mean, you can't be out driving and you're not even able to read road signs. I fully agree with that. And if you're illegal, if you don't have any work permits, you shouldn't be able to drive either. But for the ones of us who actually have all the work documents and have done everything accordingly to what they ask us to do, and they still won't give us our license, is a little bit messed up to me. And I do not only speak for myself when I say this, but there's a lot of people out there who can't even, make a living anymore because they got their CDLs revoked or taken away. Or I do believe they had some statistics or some numbers saying that it was affecting around 200,000 people here in the US, which is crazy to me. But anyway, I want to show you more of the truck. So we got a Cummins CX-15 under the hood. These are pretty much the same truck as the other one that I have, the Kenworth T680. But I kind of just want to show you how clean this thing is under the hood and what it looks like. And if you're asking me, this is very easy to work on. Everything is very accessible. So I want to know in the comments, which engine is the best? Which one should you have in these? And this is an automatic, as a lot of people want to drive automatics nowadays. And these, I know a lot of you old school people, you like the 13 speed, 18 speeds and this and that. Give this a try. I mean, they ride really nice. The Peterbilts are actually, I thought the Peterbilts and the Kenworths were the same thing when it comes to T680 and 579. I was wrong. I think the 579 is a lot nicer than the T680. For somewhat reason, it just rides nicer, feels like a little bit more quality. And, but this is what we have that we're gonna work with. I think it's a 2022 or 23. I'm not 100% sure anymore. But so I was really hoping that we could, drive across the country and make some content for you guys in this thing. But now without the CDL, it's a little bit difficult. But we can start this thing up and we can show you what it looks like on the inside. Old school radio. I don't know why they come with this. It's a little bit weird. But I'm gonna see if we can start this thing up. There we go. I'm gonna leave this, let it idle for just a little bit so we don't have to listen to the noise. We can look at the reefer meanwhile. And this one does have APU, which is very necessary if you're asking me. I'm not sure about the capacity of the tank on the reefer, but the reefer looks really nice. Wheels look clean, Alcoa wheels. We're gonna see if we can open this. So this is what an American reefer looks like. So anyway, I'm jumping between subjects in this video and I'm aware of that. Hold on, why is this closing? There we go. Nice. This thing is really nice actually. So I know I'm jumping in between subjects. I just find it really freaking annoying and weird that that they're taking our CDL. Well, technically they didn't take mine, they just never gave it to me. But the people at the DMV, they say, you are eligible. You have done everything accordingly. You haven't done anything wrong. You have all the documents, so you're good. But we just can't issue any non-domicile CDL. And then when I ask them and I say, when are you gonna let me have my license? They say, we don't know. We have no date. We don't know when we're gonna issue any non-domicile CDLs anymore. So I'm not really sure what to do because this is the reality though. I wanna be 100% honest. We're doing good with the trucks, but even though we have 2 trucks, that does not pay me a salary. That's enough for this truck to stay on the road and pay for some repairs and pay for a driver and, make a little bit on the side. But that is not money that I use or take for myself, so to speak. It really isn't. It's a little bit dirty here right now. They've been working on this thing. There we go. Nice. Now we don't have to listen to that annoying sound anymore. So I'm gonna leave that there. So what I don't like is the fact that they put an old school stereo on this. These gauges are cool, I don't care about that. It doesn't have to be a screen. But this is also, oh shoot, I actually forgot. We have to go get a refrigerator for this truck. Damn, we got this week to do that. I'm pretty sure they go somewhere, oh, that's a drawer. So I think they go here. That's where you put the refrigerator. So we got a TV mount, and then we got bunk beds. Hold on, let me see, make sure I don't step on anything. It says Peterbilt here on the wall. It's a little dark in here, I know. And this camera is not the greatest. And then you can control the APU from here. This would be your, I would suppose, your main bed. And this is a little table that you can sit at, and you can have your snacks or your dinner. And there's another cabinet right here. It's very spacious though. And I would want to say that I think the living standard is better in a US truck over a European, I would have to say. I haven't tried it, but soon, hopefully. That's the thing. I'm not sure what's gonna happen because, I mean, again, I passed the written, I passed the road test, I passed everything. They say I'm good. They say you are eligible, you have the work permits, you have, but they just won't issue my CDL. And they're saying, well, we just don't know when. And I'm like, I just can't sit around and just wait forever. So I'm not sure what to do. It really sucks. And that's why I haven't been making any content, because it's been really hard on us, actually. And I just want to be honest by saying that. And the reason why I wanted to make this video, but the reason why I haven't yet is because I didn't want it to sound like I'm making some sort of Cry Me a River story, because it really, I mean, life's not fair. It isn't for anybody. I'm not sure if I should go back to Sweden or if I should, you know, because I can't stay here forever without an income. It's just not gonna happen. Like, it's, if this doesn't change within like a month, I have to go back, because, I mean, obviously these trucks can roll on their own and the drivers can, you know, make their money, and that's all good. But I have, you know, personal bills that I have to pay. I wanna, you know, ask you guys in the comments, like, are you affected by this? Are you in the US? What do you think? Like, I just wanna mention, and I just wanna make this clear, I'm all for the fact that you take drivers, you take them off the streets who aren't supposed to be on the road, like the ones who doesn't have a work permit or the ones that doesn't speak the language. I'm all for that. But me and Andrea, we've taken the same test as any American in English, everything in English, and we've done everything accordingly, and we have the work permits, and still, so it's technically, there's no difference between us and just a regular American person. Or if you're an American and you find yourself offended by the fact that I'm saying that, let me know in the comments too, because I mean, I've been doing trucking for 10 years, over-the-road trucking for 10 years, and the majority of the time I've been trucking has been up north in the mountains in snowstorms, and I haven't had issues yet. So I'm just very, very curious of why I should be a danger to society according to the US officials or whatever, and I just think it's very unfair that they will just judge everybody on the fact that 1 or 2 people screwed up. I do believe it was like 4 or 5 accidents that when they said that this is enough, non-domiciled CDL drivers are horrible, they're dangerous, they shouldn't be on the road. So like 5 people out of 340 million people in this country screwed it up for us. So I just want to know in the comments what you guys think. To sum that up, I'm not sure when I'm going to get my license. We're going to start this reefer too. We're just going to let it run for a little bit. So I'm doing everything at once while I'm talking to you guys. I'm just going to hit run. Oh, there's a Thermo King that we have. I know these are really good. I've worked with these a lot in Sweden. They're actually my favorite brand, reefers. And I want to show you the Peterbilt too. Oh, well, this is Peterbilt, but the other Peterbilt, as we're here. I think I've shown you this before. This is my buddy's 379. It's a 99 or a 2000? I think it's a 99. It would need a paint job like the hood and the fenders, but other than that, it looks really nice. Really, really nice. Or, I mean, technically, I was gonna say he could polish that, but he can't polish that because the paint's gone here. But other than that, I know the interior of this thing is really nice. You got the stacks. You got an APU sitting down here too. And This is stretched, by the way, and the train horns. And these fenders are really nice. Everything on this is really, really, really nice. So, and I also want to know in the comments what you would rather drive. Would you rather drive a 379 or a 579? Or I think the 379 is cooler, but the 579 for comfort, if you're living in it, is probably nicer in the long run. And I'm probably gonna get hated on for saying that, but you know, again, so here are the two next to each other. We got stainless reefer, stretched 379, regular 579. And as many of you know, I have a green truck, which is, like I mentioned in the beginning, T680, which is out on the road and it is working. I have a guy driving it. His name is Tony. Shout out to him. He's a great driver, good guy. And that truck is not here as it is on the road right now as he's working with it, so we can't show you that. But I wanted to show you this one before he gets picked up because I honestly like it a lot. I think this is really, really nice. I just want to see if, oh, this is locked. But we're gonna let this run for a little bit, let it idle, let the diesel run through. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I want to know in the comments, what do you think of the situation? Are you affected? Do you know anybody who's affected? Have you been reading about this? Is this brand new to you? Let me know in the comments. And I hope to see you on the road very soon. I'm really crossing my fingers because I don't want to end up in the street. So if you know Trump or anybody else, please ask him to pass me my CDL so I can make some money and pay for some dinner. Alrighty guys, see you in the next.